Hello friends, now in this lecture we'll start a word problem related to linear equation in two variables. So here is the very first question. Students of a class are made students of a class are made students of a class are made to stand in rows to stand in rows. There would be if one student is extra, if one student is extra in a row, there would be two rows less. There would rows less. If one student is less, if one student is less in a row, if one student is less in a row, there would be three rows more. There would be three rows more. Find the number of students in the class. Find the number of students in the class. Okay, so think for a while, then I will give you its solution. Number of students, okay, relation between students and the number of students in row is given. Student of a class are made to stand in a row if one student is, okay, so just take a while, that suppose these are the students, okay, in this way standing in a row. Okay, if I consider there are number of rows for a while, number of rows x, okay, and number of students per row in each row, if I consider number of students per row is y, considering there are three rows or x rows and in each row there are y students. For example, here there are three rows and in each row there are four students. So total number of students is number of rows multiplied by number of students per row. So according to x and y, total number of students will be x, y. So we'll start with, we assume let the number of rows be x, let number of rows be x and number of students per row be y. Okay, therefore total students will be equal to x multiplied by y. Okay, we assume there are x rows and each row there are y students, so that gives me total number of students is equal to x multiplied by y. Now we'll read the question. It says that if one student is extra in a row, now case 1, if one student is extra in a row, that means initially there were y students. Now if one student made extra, that means initially there were y students, now y plus 1 students. Okay, case 1, by taking or by making one student extra in row, definitely if we see again, if I take this example, okay, now it says if one student is extra in a row, definitely we have to reduce the number of rows, then only it is possible to make one student or whatever in extra in a row, then there would be 2 rows less, but again number of students remain same, isn't it? So here if one student extra in each row, then 2 rows will be less, then 2 rows will be less. It's obvious if we make one student extra in each row, by so we have to make the number of rows less, then 2 rows will be less. It means therefore I can say, see, I am reducing the number of students in each row. Initially it was y, okay, so now it will be y minus 1 multiplied by, initially number of rows will be x, now okay, here one student extra, so y plus 1 x minus 2, but product of number of students in each row multiplied by number of rows is equal to total number of students, that is xy only. Okay, so now simplifying it further, I will give y into x, then minus 2y plus x minus 2 plus x minus 2 is equal to xy. This xy cancel, so x minus 2y is equal to 2. That is equation number 1. Okay, again try to understand this. What according to each row has one student extra, that means initially there were y students in a row, now there will be y plus 1 students in each row. By doing this, definitely rows will be less. How many rows will be left? 2 rows less than the initial case. That means initially there were x rows, so now x minus 2 rows will be there. Product of these two gives you the total number of students, that is xy. By simplifying you will get this. Now case 2, now second case, if one student in each row, okay, one student is, if one student is less in each row, then now we are removing the student from rows, definitely we will create one extra row or 2 extra rows, whatever, then there would be 3 rows more. 3 rows will be more, then 3 rows will be more. Okay, therefore I say on taking out one student from each row, I'll be able to make 3 more rows. So initially rows were x, so now here rows will be x plus 3. Initially there were y students in each row, now there will be y minus 1 students in each row, but ultimately the number of students remains same, that is xy, this. So on simplifying we'll get yx plus y 3 is equal to xy. So again this xy cancel, so here I get minus x plus 3y is equal to 3. Let this is be equation number 2. Now so equation number 1, x minus 2y equal to 2 minus x plus, now it's very easy, just by adding the equations I will get my answer. So try to solve it, then I will give you the final solution. Now on adding equation 1 and 2, on adding first and second, we get simply minus x plus x cancel, 3y minus 2y, y is equal to 5. Substituting y equal to 5 in first. So x minus 2 into 5 is equal to 2, therefore x is equal to 10. For x is equal to 12, not 10. Okay, so now y equal to 5 and x equal to 12. This is not my answer. What I need to find number of students, that is x into y. So now number of students is equal to x multiplied by y, that is 12 multiplied by 5, that is 60. So there are 60 students in that class. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now we'll see the next question. Okay, next question is 8 men and 12 boys eight men and 12 boys together can finish a work together can finish a work together can finish a work in 10 days in 10 days, while 6 men 6 men and 8 boys and 8 boys can finish it in 14 days. In 14 days. Find time taken by find the time by find the time taken by one man alone. Find the time taken by one man alone to finish, and find the time taken by one man alone and that of one boy and that of one boy to finish the same work, and that of one boy to finish the same work. So think for a while that how you have to solve this. Okay, here actually you have to use some concept of class 8, that is one day work. We will find one day work of one man and one boy. So we'll assume, let suppose time taken by one man, and or suppose time taken by one man to finish the work is x days. To finish the work is x days, and time taken by one boy to finish the same work is y days. Okay, we assume the number of days or the time taken by one man is x days and the number of days or the time taken by one boy is y days. So now in question it is given 8 men. Okay, so we come to this question, but now first we'll find the time taken by one man to finish the one work. So here it says in x days one man can finish one work, isn't it? Now in x days one man can finish, in x days one man can finish. Now in x days one man can finish how much work? One work. That is our assumption. We assume that in x days one man can finish one complete work. Therefore in one day one man can finish 1 upon x work, isn't it? In x days one work, so in one day 1 upon x work. Now here in one day one man, how many men are there? 8 men. So now we'll find, therefore in one day 8 men can finish 8 upon x work, isn't it? Simple. In one day this much work, so in 8 days 8 upon x work. So in one day 8 men can finish 8 upon x work. In the similar way we'll find in one day 12 boys can finish. So now in y days one boy can finish one work, isn't it? We assume that time taken by one boy to finish the same work is y days. That means in y days he is able to finish the one complete work. So in y days, one boy can finish one work. Okay, so in y days one boy can finish one work. Therefore I can write in one day one boy can finish 1 upon y work. Now in first case how many boys are involved? 12. Therefore in one day 12 boys can finish how much work? 12 upon y work. 12 upon y work. Now see, one day work of 8 men is 8 upon x and one day work of 12 boys is 12 by work. So now here I can write, now one day work, or in one day, now in one day 8 men and 12 boys, 8 men and 12 boys, 8 men and 12 boys finish 8 upon x plus 12 upon y work, isn't it? In one day if we add the work done by 8 men and if we add the with the work done by 8 boys in one day, then it will be 8 upon x plus 12 upon y. Now in one day 8 men and 12 boys can finish this much work. Now read the question. 8 men and 12 boys together can finish a work in 10 days. So this is the one day work. Now we'll find the 10 days work. In 10 days, therefore in 10 days 8 men and 12 boys can finish how much work? See, it's very simple. This is the one day work. So in 10 day works, 10 multiplied by 8 upon x plus 12 upon y. Now in according to this x and y assumption, in 10 days 8 men and 12 boys can finish this much work, and according to question, in 10 days 8 men and 12 boys can finish a work, that means one complete work. That means this work done must be equal to 1. But according to question, in 10 days, in 10 days 8 men and 12 boys can finish one work. Therefore I can say this 10 multiplied by 8 upon x plus 12 upon y is equal to 1. Okay, so this actually gives me my first equation. Therefore I can write 8 upon x plus 12 upon y is equal to 1 upon 10. That is my equation number 1. Okay, this 10 will go there. So note it down up to this point, then I will give you the remaining solution. Okay, so here we got the first equation. Now if we solve the second one, see, in the similar way, here I got 8 upon x plus 12 upon y is equal to 1 upon 10 from the first information. Now in the second information it is given 6 men and 8 boys can finish it in 14 days. That means I can write 6 upon x plus 8 upon y is equal to 1 upon 14. Okay, so that will be the second equation. Okay, so here I am writing the equation number 1 once again. Okay, therefore 8 upon x plus 12 upon y is equal to 1 upon 10. This is equation number 1. Similarly, I can write 6 upon x plus 8 upon y is equal to 1 upon 14. Let it be equation number 2. Now it's very easy to solve this. Okay, traditionally what actually we have to do now, I should put 1 upon x equal to a and 1 upon y equal to b and so on. But I'm not going to solve it with that method. I'm simply solving it by directly making the coefficients equal. For that what I will do, I will multiply equation 1 by 3, so this will be 24 upon x, and over here I will multiply by 4, so this again will become 24 upon x, and then by subtracting I will get the value of x and y. So now on multiplying equation 1 by 3 and equation 2 by 4 we get what we get. Let us see, we'll get 24 upon x plus 36 upon y is equal to 3 upon 10. Let it be equation number 3, and what will be the equation 2? It will become 24 upon x plus 32 upon y is equal to 4 upon 14. Let it be equation number 4. Okay, so now we'll solve these equation 3rd and 4th. Okay, equation 3 and equation 4. So let us see how to solve this. Simply we'll subtract 3rd from 4th or 4th from 3rd. Now on subtracting 3rd or 4th from 3rd, subtracting 4th from 3rd, we get, let us see what we'll get. See, I have this 24 upon x plus 36 upon y is equal to 3 upon 10. Over here I have 24 upon x plus 32 upon y is equal to 4 upon 14. So on subtracting, this will become minus, minus and minus. Okay, this will cancel out. Here I will get 36 upon y minus 32 upon y, that is 4 upon y. Over here this is 3 upon 10 minus 4 upon 14. So now by taking LCM, so therefore 4 upon y is equal to 70 will be the LCM. 20 minus 20. Okay, so here I will get 4 upon y is equal to 1 upon 70. Therefore y is equal to 280. That means time taken by one boy to finish the task or work is 280 days. Now simply I have to put this y equal to 280 in any of the equation, either in first or in second. So I'll put in second. Now put y equal to 280 in second. So here 6 upon x plus 8 upon 280 is equal to 1 upon 14. So 6 upon x, therefore 6 upon x plus, here I can divide it, so by is equal to 1 upon 14. Okay, so further I am solving over here. This is 6 upon x is equal to 1 upon 14 minus 1 upon or 2 upon 70. Okay, let it be 2 upon 70 only. So here LCM will be again 70, 5 minus 2, so 6 upon x is equal to 3 upon 70. 6 upon x is equal to 3 upon 70. So finally x will be 140. X will be 140. Okay, so here I am writing final answer. Therefore x is equal to 140 days. Okay, or here I am writing x is equal to 140 days. Okay, so please note it down. This is the complete solution. Note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now we'll see the next question. See here x equal to, after solving this, here you will get x equal to 140. So I'm writing that over here, x is equal to 140 days. Okay. Okay, next question is the monthly incomes of of A and B are A and B are in the ratio 4 is to 3, in the ratio 4 is to, and their monthly expenditure and their monthly expenditure are in the ratio 13 is to 9, are in the ratio 13 is to 9. If each saves rupees 1500, if each saves rupees 1500 per month, find the monthly income of each. Find the month income of each. Okay, so think for a while, then I will give it solution. Okay, now let us see its solution. The monthly incomes of A and B are in the ratio. So suppose their monthly incomes are 4x and 3x. Suppose monthly incomes are 4x and 3x. As the ratio is 4 is to 3, so I assumed incomes as 4x and 3x. Also it is given monthly expenditure and monthly expenditures are 13x and 9x. Okay. Now both are saving rupees 1500. Now what is saving? Income minus expenditure gives you saving, isn't it? This is income of A, this is expenditure of A, this is income of B, this is expenditure of B. So they are saving rupees 1500. Now savings are, or saving is rupees 1500. Therefore I can write two equations, that is 4x minus, it is not, it should be y, that will be better. Okay, now 4x minus 13y is equal to 1500, let it be equation number 1, and 3x minus 9y is equal to again 1500. These are the two equations. Income minus expenditure. Income minus expenditure. See, this particular equation can be simplified further. Here I can write therefore by dividing 3, x minus 3y is equal to 500. Let it be equation number third. Now it is very easy to solve first and third. So first we'll multiply equation 3 by 4. Now on multiplying third by 4, we get what we get 4x plus 12y is equal to 2000. Let it be equation number 4. Now it is easy to solve these two. Okay, here it should be minus. Okay, 4x minus 12y is equal to this. I just multiplied by 4. So 4x, 4 is 12, 4 5 is okay. Now on subtracting first from fourth. Okay. Now we'll solve these two equations. Okay. Now subtracting this fourth from first, subtracting fourth from first. So this is 4x minus 13y is equal to 100, and here we have 4x minus 12y is equal to 2000. So on subtracting this minus, this will become plus, this will become minus. So minus 13y plus 12y is minus y is equal to minus 500. So y is equal to 500. So here we got the value of y. See, the 500 is neither the expenditure nor the income of any of A, B. This is just the x. So if you want to find the income, so I have to multiply this x with 4, and if I want to find the expenditure, then I have to multiply this y with this 13 and 9. And what actually we have to find? Monthly income. That means we need to get the value of x. So now next what we will do, we'll put y equal to 500. Okay, now put y equal to 500 in first or second or third. So I am putting in third. So here I get x minus 3 into 500 is equal to 500. So x minus 1500 is equal to 500. Therefore x is equal to 2000. Now still x is 2000 is not my answer. My answer will be 4 into 2000 and 3 into 2000. Now incomes are income of A. Okay, A and B. So income of A, that is 4x. So 4 multiplied by 20,000, that is not 20,000, actually it is 2000. So 4 multiplied by 2000, that is 8,000. And income of B is 3x, that is 3 multiplied by 2000, that is 6,000 rupees, 6,000. Okay, so these are the incomes, 8,000 rupees and 6,000 rupees. Okay, so please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now we'll see the next question. Okay, next question is, on selling a tea set, on selling a tea set at 5% loss, at 5% loss, and a lemon set, and a lemon set at 15% gain, at 15% gain, a crockery seller gains rupees 7, gains rupees 7 if he sells, if he sells the tea set at the tea set, if he sells the tea set at 5% gain, at 5% gain, and the lemon set, and the lemon set at 10% gain, he gains rupees 13, he gains rupees 30, 13, 1 3, not 30. Find the actual price of, find the actual price of the tea set and the lemon set, of the tea set and lemon set. Okay, so think for a while, then I will give it solution. Okay, let us see its solution. It is given, when a tea set is sold at 5% loss and lemon set at 15% gain, the seller gains rupees 7. So first we have to assume the price, then we can find the loss and the profit, and then we'll relate them with the his total gain. So suppose cost price, or the actual price, suppose the cost price of tea set is rupees X, and that of lemon set is rupees Y. Okay, the cost of set X, cost of lemon set is Y. Now he has a loss of 5%. So loss on or loss of 5% on T set is 5% of X, isn't it? Loss of 5% on T set is 5% of X, that is 5x upon 100. Now gain of 15%, gain of 15% on lemon set is 15% of y, that is 15y upon 100, or I can write this is 3y upon 20, or let it be like that only. Okay, now the total gain in first case, gain is rupees 7. Now gain is rupees 7, therefore I can say 15y upon 100 minus 5x upon 100 is equal to 7. Okay, 15y upon 100 minus 5x upon 100 is equal to 7. So if I simplify this further, here I can cut it by 5. So 3y upon 20 minus x upon 20 is equal to 7. So ultimately here I will get 3y minus x is equal to 140. This is my equation number 1. Now in the similar way I will find my second equation. Okay, 3y minus x is equal to 40. Now for second equation, there is a gain when T set is sold at 5% gain and lemon set is sold at 10% gain. So here I can write in this way. For the second case I can write directly that 5% gain on, that is 5% of X plus 10% of Y is equal to 13. That means 5x upon 100 plus 10x upon 100 is equal to 13. That is x upon 20 plus 2x upon 20, sorry, it should be 10y, 2y upon 20 is equal to 13. Therefore x plus 2y is equal to 260. Let it be equation number 2. Now just by solving these two, see, this is equation 1. If I rewrite this, I can write this as minus x plus 3y is equal to 140. This is equation number 1. Okay, now why I wrote this? Because here it is minus x, here it is plus x. Now just by adding, now on adding first and second, plus x minus x will cancel out, 3y plus 2y, 5y is equal to 400, that is y is equal to 80. Okay, that means the cost of lemon set is rupees 80. Now if you put 80 in either of the equation, first or second, you will get the value of second variable. So let us see. Now put y equal to 80 in second. So what I will get when I put y equal to 80 in equation number 2, x plus, okay, x plus 2 into 80, 2 multiplied by 80 is equal to 260. Okay, x multiplied by x plus 2 multiplied by 80 is equal to 260. Therefore, x is equal to 260 minus 160. Therefore, x is equal to 100. That means cost of that of tea set is rupees 100 and the cost of lemon set is rupees 80. Okay, so please note it down. Okay, so that is all about this lecture. Now in next lecture we'll see some more word problems. Till then, bye, thank you, take care, stay at home.